In the ancient land of Westeros, 7 kingdoms are bound under one ruler on the Iron Throne, a seat forged from the swords of enemies. Power here is a shadow, and even the smallest can cast it large. When King Robert Baratheon asks his old friend Eddard Stark to be his hand, a chain of betrayal and war is set in motion. Eddard, a man of honor, travels to King's Landing and uncovers a deadly secret about the royal family. Surrounded by enemies like Queen Cersei Lannister, Eddard's honor is no match for Southern cunning. Meanwhile, the great houses, Lannister, Stark, and the exiled Targaryens, plot and watch each other with suspicion. But as lords and ladies play their deadly game, a far older threat stirs beyond the wall. The White Walkers, ancient beings of ice and death, are waking. The Night's Watch, sworn to guard the realm, faces legends returning to life. While nobles fight for a throne, the true enemy gathers, promising an endless winter. The Game of Thrones has begun, and the fate of Westeros hangs in the balance. In this land, you win or you die. The Lannisters of Casterly Rock are rich, ruthless, and masters of political games. Tywin leads, Cersei schemes, Jaime fights, and Tyrion survives with wit. In the north, the Starks of Winterfell value honor and family. Eddard, Catelyn, and their children, including Jon Snow, the outsider. Tragedy strikes. Eddard is executed. The Stark children are scattered, and Robb leads a rebellion. Sansa becomes a pawn. Arya seeks vengeance, and Jon joins the Night's Watch. Across the sea, Daenerys Targaryen, last of her line, transforms from exile to Mother of Dragons. She survives fire, hatches dragons, and vows to reclaim her family's throne. The War of the Five Kings erupts. Robb fights for the north, Robert's brothers claim the crown, and the Lannisters rule through cruel Joffrey. Alliances shift, battles rage, and betrayals like the Red Wedding prove the game's deadly cost. 3 great houses, Lannister, Stark, Targaryen, are set on a collision course. In Westeros, power is fleeting, and survival is never guaranteed. The struggle for the Iron Throne consumes all. In the far north, Jon Snow joins the Night's Watch and discovers the wildlings are fleeing the true threat, the White Walkers. He earns leadership, lets wildlings through the wall, and is murdered for it, only to be resurrected by Melisandre. Freed from his vows, Jon unites the living against the dead. Meanwhile, Daenerys conquers cities in Essos, frees slaves, and raises her dragons into weapons of war. She builds an army and sails for Westeros, determined to reclaim her birthright. Jon and Daenerys' destinies converge, ice and fire, north and south. Jon seeks her help to fight the dead, and together they forge an uneasy alliance. But a secret threatens everything. Jon is the true-born son of Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark, rightful heir to the Iron Throne. As the dead march south, the living must unite or perish. The ultimate battle for survival, and for the throne, draws near. The Song of Ice and Fire reaches its crescendo. The Night King, now with an undead dragon, breaches the wall and leads an army of the dead into Westeros. At Winterfell, former enemies unite for a desperate stand. The Battle of Winterfell is brutal. Hope fades as the dead overwhelm the living. At the last moment, Arya Stark kills the Night King, ending the threat of endless winter. But peace is short-lived. Daenerys, grieving and paranoid, turns her fury on King's Landing. She destroys the city with dragonfire, killing soldiers and innocents alike. Her allies, horrified, see her become the tyrant she once fought against. The final confrontation is set, Daenerys versus those who would stop her reign of fire. The cost of power is revealed in ash and ruin. Westeros must choose between fear and hope. The wheel of power threatens to crush everyone beneath it. In the ruins of King's Landing, Daenerys claims victory and vows to liberate the world. Tyrion resigns in protest and is imprisoned. Jon Snow faces an agonizing choice. Realizing Daenerys will rule through fear, Jon kills her to save the realm. Drogon, in grief, melts the Iron Throne and flies away with Daenerys' body. With the throne gone, Westeros' lords gather to choose a new ruler. Tyrion proposes a new system. Kings will be chosen, not born. Bran Stark is elected king, ushering in a new era. Sansa rules the independent north, Arya sails west, and Jon is exiled to the Night's Watch. The Game of Thrones ends, the wheel is broken, and a new age begins. In Westeros, the story closes, but the legend endures.